Welcome back to our channel for your ultimate daily dive into the hottest daytime drama. Today is a spectacular day to unpack the absolute chaos heading straight for Port Charles. We have exclusive, jaw-dropping spoilers that will leave you breathless, so buckle up and let us get right into the madness. The ground is completely shifting beneath Port Charles, and the seismic shockwaves are about to shatter every fragile alliance left standing. Impossible choices are colliding with catastrophic secrets, and by the end of Friday, July 24, the blast radius will spare absolutely no one. The water is rising, the evidence is vanishing, and a single word spoken on the edge of a lake is about to detonate the lives of the most desperate players in town. The ultimate race to silence Drew Kane is officially spiraling out of control. Congresswoman Willow Kane is in a state of absolute, unhinged pain. She knows the paralytic doses are wearing off, and she is desperately trying to lay down the law with her mother, Nina. Willow is demanding total compliance, snapping at Nina that they will control Drew without taking any drastic, irreversible action. Willow wants to play it safe, relying on the missing black box evidence and Jack Brennan's shady promises to keep her husband in. But playing it safe is no longer an option, and Nina is about to prove exactly how reckless she can be when her back is against. Nina is not willing to wait for Drew to fully recover and destroy their lives. She comes up with a wildly dangerous, high-risk plan to deal with the recovering billionaire. Ignoring Willow's frantic pleas to steer clear of any wild moves, Nina takes matters into her own hands. She orchestrates a chilling setup, wheeling a paralyzed Drew right to the murky edge of the lake. The setting is deceptively serene, with young Scout Quartermain practicing her swimming out in the water. Nina believes she holds all the power, standing over the man who holds the key to her destruction, ready to issue her own set of vicious threats. But the balance of power shifts in a terrifying instant. Drew Kane is no longer the silent, locked-in prisoner they thought he was. As Nina stands at the edge of the water, preparing to execute her risky maneuver, Drew completely blindsides. He looks up and speaks. It is a moment of pure, unadulterated shock that leaves Nina absolutely flipping out. The sheer terror of hearing his voice shatters her composure. The man they have been drugging, controlling, and manipulating has found his voice, and the venom in his tone promises absolute retribution. Panic takes over. The situation at the lake's edge erupts into pure chaos. All signs point to a catastrophic physical confrontation, and Drew ends up going straight into the water. A man who has barely regained his mobility is now plunging into the depths of the lake, fighting for his life. Did he lose his balance in the struggle? Or did a terrified, adrenaline-fueled Nina shove him in to silence him for good? The splash echoes across the Quartermain property, setting the stage for a harrowing rescue and a massive. Nina is left standing on the dock, staring at the ripples, realizing she may have just crossed a line from which there is absolutely no return. Across town, a completely different kind of bloodbath is brewing in the corporate boardrooms of Port Charles. Michael Corinthos is making a massive, calculated power play that will shake the foundations of deception. Michael's already neck-deep in scheming to push his ex-wife Willow into a scandalous affair with Harrison Chase, but his ambition does not stop at personal vendettas. He receives an intriguing, game-changing proposal over the phone from Maxie Jones. Maxie is currently off-screen on an extended family vacation, completely removed from the escalating chaos in town, but she is still pulling massive strings from afar. Michael immediately sets a high-stakes meeting with legal powerhouse Alexis Davis. He sits down with Alexis to hammer out the intricate, ironclad legal details of this explosive agreement. Michael is positioning himself to take total control of Maxie's shares in deception. This is not just a simple business transaction. This is a hostile takeover maneuver designed to make Michael a key, undisputed player in the cosmetics empire. He is ready to weaponize his immense wealth and corporate ruthlessness to dominate the boardroom, and Alexis is the exact legal shark he needs to make the paperwork bulletproof. When the news of this secret deal breaks, it is going to send shockwaves through the entire deception executive team. The corporate war is already reaching a boiling point, and Michael's sudden entry into the fray is the ultimate wildcard. Tracy Quartermain, Lucy Coe, and Brooklyn Quartermain are about to be blindsided by this massive shakeup. Tracy is already on the warpath, fighting tooth and nail to maintain her iron grip on the company, and she is absolutely livid about the shifting alliance. Tracy unleashes her full, unbridled fury on Lucy Coe in a confrontation that turns incredibly ugly. Tracy suspects that her desperate rival is stooping to unimaginable lows to secure her power. She corners Lucy and hurls a devastating accusation right in her face. Tracy demands to know what is preventing Lucy from using a distraught, grieving James West to manipulate Maxie into doing exactly what she wants. James is currently suffering immense trauma, reeling from the devastating lie that his uncle Cassius, the man he believed was his father Nathan, is dead. Tracy's accusation is vicious and calculated. She knows Lucy is desperate enough to use Serena Baldwin as a heavy hitter, and she fully believes Lucy would weaponize a grieving child's pain to guilt-trip Maxie into surrendering her voting power. The tension between Tracy and Lucy reaches a fever pitch, with Tracy making it crystal clear that she will destroy anyone who tries to steal deception out from under. The corporate battlefield is officially covered in blood, and Michael's impending takeover of Maxie's shares is going to light the fire. Meanwhile, a deeply emotional and highly dangerous situation is unfolding within the Corinthos. Sonny Corinthos is stepping away from his brutal mob war with Jen Sidwell to handle a massive family crisis. He tracks down his teenage grandson, Rocco Falconeri, and asks him to take a break so they can talk about something critically important. Sonny pulls Rocco into a quiet, secluded space, away from the prying eyes of the PCPD and the WSB. The legendary mob boss looks his grandson in the eye and drops a massive truth bomb. Sonny admits point blank that he knows the explosive secret. He knows Rocco is the one who pulled the trigger and shot WSB director Ross Cullum on the... He knows Jason is currently suffering from severe PTSD after taking the fall and enduring torture at a black site just to protect the team. Sonny does not judge or condemn the boy. Instead, he offers a fierce, unwavering wall of protection. He reminds Rocco that he understands the heavy, crushing burden of taking a life, and he assures his grandson that he is always there if Rocco ever needs to open up. It is a moment of profound, dark bonding between the mob boss and the young shooter, cementing their loyalty in blood. But keeping Rocco out of prison is becoming an impossible task. The walls are rapidly closing in on the massive cover-up. Mayor Laura Collins is in a state of absolute panic. She also knows the devastating truth about her grandson pulling the trigger, and she knows the evidence is mysteriously vanishing. Laura tracks down Dante Falconeri, Rocco's father, and issues a frantic, desperate warning. She voices her severe concerns over the unaccounted-for evidence at the scene. The paper trail tied to the Spoon Island shootout is gone, and Laura knows this missing proof is a ticking time bomb. Laura tips Dante off to the catastrophic trouble he could land in for his role in this cover. Dante is already walking a razor-thin line, having stepped down as police commissioner, and now his own mother is warning him that the entire conspiracy is about to unravel. If the authorities trace the missing evidence back to Dante or Laura, the entire family will face federal obstruction. Laura is begging Dante to stay ahead of the fallout, terrified that her grandson's life is about to be destroyed by the very system Dante swore to uphold. The threat is not just a paranoid fear, it is a very real, immediate danger named Anna Devane. Anna has reclaimed her position as police commissioner, and her legendary super spy instincts are already kicking into high. She is highly suspicious over all the missing records and vanished proof regarding Cullum's death. Anna knows a cover-up when she sees one, and she is determined to tear the police department apart until she finds the leak. She is completely unaware that her relentless pursuit of justice is aiming a loaded gun directly at Rocco Falconeri. Anna decides she needs an ally she can manipulate and control. She summons Harrison Chase for a high-stakes, intense meeting at the Chase is desperate to get his badge back and clear his name, and Anna knows exactly how to use that desperation. She stares Chase down and insists she needs to know she can trust him implicitly. She is offering him a lifeline, a chance to prove his absolute loyalty to the badge and to her. Chase is given a golden opportunity to prove himself. Anna is placing the entire missing evidence investigation squarely on his shoulders. She is relying on him to sort out the vanished records and hunt down the dirty cops responsible for the cover-up. For Chase, this is the ultimate test. If he succeeds, this could lead to him getting another opportunity to take the detective test and finally get his career back on track. But if his investigation leads him straight to Dante Falconeri and Mayor Laura Collins, Chase will be forced to choose between his career and his closest friends. The PCPD is a powder keg, and Anna Devane just handed Chase the match. Will Drew survive the murky waters, or did Nina just commit murder? Drop your wildest theories below and subscribe for more.